Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Writer's Mindset.
How come you're saying that, Wendy?
Let me finish, Yvonne, with me, Wendy Stunt. It's not your turn tonight. I'm the interviewer now.
I'm dying to talk now. I know it's weird being on the other side.
I know. Well, everybody, we're here tonight because I am interviewing my good friend and colleague, Miss Yvonne Reddin, all about her new book, Talk, Learn, Connect. There it is. She is now a published author. So I'm super excited, and we're going to find out more about the book and what's in it and why you should buy it and read it, and how it all came about.
Yeah.
So how does it feel, Yvonne, being a published author?
Yeah. I'm very proud, Wendy. As you well know, the journey has been up and down like a roller coaster this year, as you know. And
Yeah.
look, that's all part and parcel of self-publishing a book.
Yeah.
When you're doing it in yourself. And I am a perfectionist and I'm very fussy because it's like having another baby, isn't it? Except it doesn't scream or doesn't need nappies. So to me, I'm very proud to have it in my hand now. And look, it's taken a long time. I did do a post at the start of the year in January, Wendy. I don't know whether you remember. I put it on LinkedIn and I said, this year I will. And I wanted people to comment underneath what they would do.
Right.
Do you remember?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I put up, I'm going to publish a book.
Excellent. Love it.
I'm going to find that post. It's like, I think it was last January in the New Year's resolution. And I remember writing that. And there you go. I did it.
Well, we're big fans of writing down our goals, aren't we? And using vision boards
exactly.
for January, which we'll be doing shortly.
Yeah.
For 2023. So tell me about, how did TLC come about? Because it wasn't always Talk, Learn, Connect. Sure, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. So before the pandemic, I was teaching creative writing classes in my local community centre, and I kind of felt that there was more needed, like some kind of program, and I wanted to put a program together to combine a lot of different things like finance and nutrition and writing to help people in the community. Mm-hmm. So not everyone wants to be a writer, but they might want to know a bit about nutrition. They want to, a bit about mindfulness. So I wanted to put a program together, and originally it was called Teach, Learn, Care. And that's where TLC came from. But when I was talking to people about it, they said, maybe drop the teach, because people don't want to feel that they're being taught and it gives them goosebumps about being back in school and they might not have had a good experience. So I said, okay. And I had to think about that. And then the pandemic hit. So that was the end of that, because there was no in-person events and I couldn't go and teach. So I had to think of a way, and we had a chat. We sat down and did a whole consultation about what I needed to do going forward. Join LinkedIn, which I did, and connect with people.
Yeah.
So you're the queen connector, Wendy. So I get that now. So this is where the connect side of it came in.
Yeah. And one of the things that, you repeat on a weekly, daily, hourly basis is that you want to tell human stories. You want to help people get their human stories, just get them out there, just talking, and then you get them in a book, whether it's in a book, whether it's on your mindset series or your Talk, Learn, Connect book, or online on your website. So you've really achieved that. You've gone through all the different options. The next one is to get you on a podcast. But the book was definitely a place where you got to share a lot of people's stories.
There was a real mix of people, wasn't there, Wendy? There was I wanted ordinary people in there with extraordinary stories, and that's exactly what I wanted to find. And I used to I listened to the radio every morning, and I listened for people, and that's how I got a lot of my guests. I was like, I want to know more about that person, and if I want to know more, I'm sure other people want to know more. So that's why that's the way I source my guests.
Mr. Tuberty has a lot to thank for.
Ryan, I want to be on that couch. Yeah, Ryan Tuberty. There was a couple of guests there off his show. Yeah, and I just went that step further and interviewed them a little bit longer for the written piece. Yeah, there's amazing.
And what kinds of things are people telling you? What are they talking about? Or are they talking about their business? Is it their personal life? Or what kinds of stories? A bit of everything.
There's
Yeah.
like adoption stories, mother and baby homes. There's a story about a lady's multiple sclerosis story. That's incredible. Keith Kelly talks about men's mental health.
Wow.
We have authors in there telling about their stories. And since I've spoken to them on TLC, they've actually published books. There's Marguerite Penrose and Rachel Gatto have published
Ah, congratulations, guys. That's amazing.
and
Yeah.
brilliant books. So, like, they have moved on as well and done what they said. You know what I mean? They wanted to publish a book. So there's a few authors in there. There's leadership. There's stuff about, there's coaches, how
Brilliant.
people survived the pandemic and how they had to pivot. I know we don't like that word, but how they had to change what they were doing and become, maybe do something different. So there's people, there's, you know, people in the community and how they did that. So
Yeah.
there's I think there's about 36, 37 interviews, Wendy.
37 interviews.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's about that. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, I know one of them you were really excited about.
Okay, who? I'm excited about all of them, Wendy.
Well, you're excited about them all, but there was one in particular that was a lady who featured in a TV program from when you were growing up.
Oh, yes.
On the prairie.
Yeah. Nellie Olsen, yeah. Alison Arngrim. I know, Alison Arngrim. Oh, Wendy, wasn't that was the pinnacle of 2021 or 2020 maybe, was it? The end of 2020. Yeah. That took a lot of to and fro and over months to get her.
But if you don't ask, Yvonne, you ask. That's what I love about you.
I know.
You just go for it. You
I
know, if
take
you
no
come to me and say, "Will I do this?" and I'm like, "Go for it. Just do it." And you go, "Okay," and you just go and do it. And I'm there in the background going, "I wouldn't do that."
But like, and that's the thing, because if there's people you want to talk to, just ask them. I mean, there's a lot of people in there. Like, she was amazing, Alice. And then I actually got a video. She thought I was doing a video interview, and I said, "Oh yeah, let's do it anyway." But I didn't. But I wanted to say hello. I'll never forget. I was sitting there going, "I'm talking to Nellie Olsen here." I can hear the music in the background.
Yeah. No, I have to say, like, I mean, I hate sitting here and saying, you know, I'm so proud because it's such a cliche, but I'm proud of you as my friend and everything that you've done. Absolutely nailed everything. Like I said, nothing was a challenge. If you thought you could do it, sure. Like I say, if you don't ask and reach out to people. But going back to the book, so tell us a bit about your journey getting the book edited.
Oh God almighty. Do we have 3 hours? Yeah.
I know. But just briefly to tell people, because it's not as easy a process as you might think. You know, you think I'll just do it all myself. And, you know, self-publishing, it's difficult. It's very rewarding, I'm sure, at the end of it, and you have your book and all that. But then also the challenges around getting your self-published book into a bookstore. Which I would not have been aware of.
You know, and that's the next step now as well.
Yeah.
The independent.
So tell us a bit about.
Yeah. So I did try and do it myself because I like to be in control, and that's the good thing about self-publishing. You are in control, so you can design it. You can have as many pages as you want. You can design your cover. So I liked that side of it. So this is a real, you know, customized book from me. So. The cover, we had a friend of ours, we found Edgar Paccio. He designed the cover, and I told him about my love of the sea, and he really encompassed that in the cover, and I adored it.
Show us it there again.
I didn't want to change it, and that was nearly getting changed towards the end because it was coming a bit blurry, and he even got the wave to go into it there.
Yeah, there's movement in it, isn't there?
Yeah,
beautiful.
I love it. It doesn't come.
Does it go around to the back or not?
It's a bit dark now here. Yeah.
So it goes around. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's green. I'll be doing a bit more about this next week. But
we know how much you love green.
Oh, I know. I love the jade green. You can look around my sitting room here. It's all full of green. Yeah. But I tried. I got Amazon training with Karen Brown, Grey Mouse Publishing. I did lots of training and different things to learn how to put a book together. Karen Brown does a day course where you can publish a journal. I did that first before I got the book done, so I have journals as well. But that gave me an insight into the intricacy of Amazon, of actually setting up pages. And do you know what? And I got to the stage, I think 6 months into this year, I was like, I need to hand this over to somebody, or I need to get rid of it because I was starting to dislike it. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't want that to happen because
No.
so much work had gone into it. It wasn't as easy as taking all the interviews off the website and putting it into a book.
Yeah.
That's not the way
And you
it
would
works.
think it. You
You
think
would
you're
think,
just taking it and
yeah.
putting it into a Word document, sending it off, and there's a lot more to it.
There is. And look at I went to my friend Jeremy Murphy from Kerry. He has JM Agency. And I said, Jeremy, take this off my hands, please.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Please. And look, and he did. And look, that took time. I just kept coming across obstacles, Wendy, didn't I? There
Yeah,
was just one obstacle after another. And I was like, oh, for God's sake.
yeah,
I was nearly giving up. I was
yeah.
nearly giving up.
Look, but isn't that the lesson though? It's sometimes, as I always say, is we're not an expert at everything.
No.
We can't do everything ourselves.
We tried.
And we do try, but it is that struggle with just saying, and then when you hand it over, you kind of go, why didn't I do that ages ago, but it's good to learn though, because I think you learned an awful lot on that journey. But then it did get to a stage where you were right, outsource it to Jeremy to finish it off and just do the bits towards the end. And like even things like the high res photographs and that are in your lovely book, all those little
problems I had. Yeah, I had a lot of problems with that, trying to get that right. That was really tough. So Jeremy helped with all that and got it all sorted eventually. The size wasn't right the first time we got it out. The cover was in a gloss, it didn't work. I didn't like it. So then we had to change that to matte. Then
I love it.
You've got to wait then to get that in the post. I mean, it all takes so much time. But anyway, it's there. I am a perfectionist, but I know now I can help anyone with a book, getting a book.
Exactly. This is the thing, and that's what I was saying to you. It's like you now have been through that journey. So, and that's, I suppose, what teaching is about. And it's helping other people who want to go on this journey so that they don't have to go through what you went through. And that's what people pay for.
Yeah.
And it's worth it. That's why we have experts. That's why we, learn things. We do courses and all that so that we can help people so they don't have to go through
pain and the suffering and the blood, sweat and tears. Yeah.
I know. So listen, where can they get the book?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to pop a link up above in the post.
Okay.
Amazon for the moment. I am going to have a book launch hopefully in January. I will be having it in January.
Yes, you will.
So, yes, I will. And I'll be having physical copies there to sell. And I'll be sending all the details out to that to the world and whoever wants to come after Christmas. I'm going to leave it out after Christmas and just chill.
Absolutely. And I think that will be on your January list. Your vision board for January will be your book launch.
The book will be in the middle. Yeah, that's it. That's
a
big one. I'm going to try and get a big launch and keep it local as well. So, there's a lot of work now even involved in that, Wendy, as well, isn't there? Like
I know. And it's never kind of ending. You'll always be talking about it, promoting it, and the next thing is that marketing plan on how do you get the book out there to as many people as possible, so that they can read these stories. And like some people will resonate with some of them, maybe not with others, but the thing is that there's something in there for everybody.
I think so. Yeah, exactly.
There really is. There is definitely something in there for everybody, and you might resonate with somebody's story and it might just help you.
Exactly. That's the whole idea of that connection. I want people to connect to, even if it's one story, Wendy. To me, that's it's helped somebody. And it was all about connecting with people during the pandemic. And look, this was all new to me. I mean, I only started my business in 2020, got on LinkedIn, started connecting. Like, it was all alien to me. And now I understand the power of community, of connection. I made all these connections and I keep in touch with most of them. I think 80% of them I would keep in touch with for sure. And one of them is my very good friend who did my introduction. He was a pandemic friend, and he'll say that himself. Conor Creedon wrote the introduction for me, and he nailed it. He nailed exactly what this book was about. And I'll never forget that. He's been very supportive.
So big shout out to Conor. A big shout out to Conal and
Big shout
thank
out to
you.
Conan. He's going to have to make an effort and come up to Dublin now in January.
Exactly. Come on up. Come on up. Come up for the launch. We
Yeah.
have to have Conal at the launch. That would be amazing.
Yeah. So that was amazing. So all these people, and you know, there's been a great response. I haven't even marketed it yet, but I put up a little snippet today about it. So
Yeah.
I'll be going full force now next week, Wendy.
Go to sneeze.
Ah,
Oh, excuse me.
God bless you.
Sorry. Okay, so as part of your mindset,
Yeah.
writer's mindset series,
Yeah.
part of it, at the end of it, you ask people to recommend some books. Do you
Yeah.
have any books for us to?
Yeah.
for
And I
you?
don't get an awful lot of time to read. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And I one of my favorite books this year was Edel Coffey's Breaking Point, and she won the award and the Post Awards last night for
Did
crime.
she?
Yeah, I couldn't put that book
Amazing.
down. It was it's her debut novel, and
Amazing.
it's a fantastic story, you know. And I heard her and Ryan Tubridy as well.
I told you.
And I got, and believe it or not, Wendy, she's from Ballybrack, where I'm from, and it was just incredible. Like Paul Howard's from Ballybrack as well.
What's the name of the book again?
Breaking Point by Edel Coffey. So,
okay.
Another one. I finished this in 2 days, Wendy. I've just done a book recommendation video, and this is in it. It's called Annie's Boy.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's a memoir, and it's my friend in Australia who wrote it. I'm going to interview him for the Writer's Mindset for December. It's about his relationship with his mother. He was from Dundee in Scotland, a violent father. They lived in the tenements, and it's about when he was really young, before he went to Australia. He made a new life in Australia, but it's brilliant.
His memories from when he was younger.
Yeah, it's hard hitting, you know, but like times were hard. I'd say he's not even 60 yet, so it's not that long ago, you know.
Yeah,
but he has an incredible story. That's one, and at the moment, and I'm reading this at the minute. I can only read one at a time.
Corner.
Some people read 2 and 3 books. I can't. I can only read one at a time. So my good friend Jane Buckley from Derry, Stone's Corner, and it's the first one, Turmoil. She's got a tetralogy of books, Wendy. There's a word for you.
Wow.
She's doing a 4-book series of this.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think she's just finished her 4th one. She is unbelievable. So that I'm reading that at the minute. That'll take me. I'm going to try and get that done by Christmas. I want to finish.
Oh, Jamie.
Yeah, it's about.
Isn't that where you get the time to read anything, Yvonne?
I know, but I have to fit it in.
I go to read and then I'm asleep. Literally a couple of pages, and I'm like.
But even that couple of pages, you know, everyone I've interviewed for the Writer's Mindset has always said the same thing. You need to read.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah.
You know, as a writer, you have to read books, and there's so many amazing books. Yeah. Oh, I have boxes full of books, as you know. I've got.
I know.
Gifted books. I love my books, and I love a copy.
You have me loving books. I'm looking at books now, and I'm looking at the texture, and I'm looking at the what do you call the spine of the book. I'm like, I didn't even know that was what it was called.
Yeah, so you've learned loads too. I love a physical book. The Kindle doesn't do it for me. It has to be a book.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, listen, Yvonne, congratulations.
Thank you, Wendy Stunt.
I couldn't be happier for you. Honestly, I couldn't be happier when you got that book. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. I love it. I love the speed of it, and I'm so proud that it's yours. And so well done.
Thank you so much. And there'll be more to come, I'm sure. You know me with my ideas, Wendy.
This is only the first. I guarantee you this is only the first. Yeah. Watch this space, folks.
Watch this space. To be continued.
To be continued, for sure. So thank you, Miss Yvonne Reddin. I'm Miss Wendy Stunt. And we'll see you again for the next in the series of The Writer's Mindset.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. Take care. Bye.